All right, so check out this tool here. This is going to be a game changer for you. It's a game changer for me, and it's going to be free as long as you bring your own API key. So here is the tool. So we all spend a lot of time in our different spreadsheets. This only works for Google Sheets, this tool, just a caveat. But what it can do is just give you access to any model that you want from OpenAI, and you can run that in a spreadsheet. So I've got, a couple hundred rows here. I'm doing some cold email outreach for my business, and I want to normalize these names, right? So I scraped some things off Apify, and I want to normalize all these names because you can see we got some weird stuff in here: remote, US, West, etc. So I'm just going to use this formula, and let me show you what the formula looks like. Let me find a cell where I'm using it. That's not it. Bear with me here. Yeah, this is it, right? So normalize this title so it can be included in a cold email. And by normalize, I just mean get rid of anything extra. Don't fundamentally change the name. That's the prompt. So let's just copy that and I'll show you what it looks like here. And what this is doing is it's making API calls to OpenAI, and then it's allowing me to use the context for my sheet in order to do that, or from my sheet in order to do that. So you're going to see those will roll in a minute here. And you can see that prompt didn't quite get me what I wanted. So let's just adjust it a smidge. Let's just say, take out any extra info from this job title and just keep the job title without fundamentally changing it. So, but the cool part about this, right, this is a use case for my business, but you can do this. Yeah, so it got it that time. You can use this in so many different ways, and there are tools out there that'll do this for you. You can pay for them, but to have it free, and I'm going to show you, you'll have access to the code. You just take this code, drop it into your sheet. It'll take like 5 minutes to set up, and you'll be good to go. And you can just come back and watch this video anytime you want to set up code in another sheet. So this just works for each sheet that you're working in. Yes, I mean, this is just great. So we're running some tests here just to make sure this is going to normalize everything for me. And again, this will cost a couple bucks to do this at scale, but this is just a specific use case for my business. We do a lot of cold email outreach. We run cold email for our clients as well. And so this is a tool that you can find in something like clay.com. Clay will charge you 150 bucks a month in order to get access to this feature, and I think maybe 300 a month if you want to bring your own API key. All right, so we're still getting some errors here. I'm going to run this on a couple more and just see. But the point of this, we're going to show you how to set this up for yourself. I just want you to see this run at scale here. Great, and these ones don't even need it as much because there's not these little extra, but you can see it's running there. Like talent pool, I would want that gone. So yeah, I'm just going to run it on all these. It's worth my time just to run it on all of them. We'll see what comes back. And the beautiful part about this is you can just test it little by little, right? So the way the prompt is set up is there are three pieces, three kind of separate sections to this. You put in your prompt, and then you put in the context for the prompt. So a cell, or, you could put in other context if you want. And then you can also put in the model name. So if you just go to OpenAI, you can get any of their model names and just put that into the model as well. So I'm just using the cheapest model, their Nano, GPT-5 Nano, but you can see all those are populating. We're taking out all this stuff, which is super annoying, all this. And so then when I pop this into my cold email campaign, it's going to be perfect because it's normalized, so it's not going to raise any red flags. It's going to show that I took the time, that I really cared about the people I'm sending these emails to. So I'm not sending them like stuff that looks bad and is junk. So the question now is, how can you set this up for yourself? So let's just walk through that. So what you're going to do in order to get this code, so the code you're going to run is right here. It's just called my GPT. And I'm not going to give you my API key. But yeah, what you'll do to set this up is you just take this code, and I'm going to show you exactly where you can find this code. It's just going to be, I'm going to put it on my school. So if you just go to my school, which will be linked below, just grab that link, ACS AI Academy. We got some cool stuff going on in here. And it's just going to be in the classroom section in here. I'll just put it right at the top. I haven't added it yet. But you just come right in, grab it, or look for it. It'll be something like, My GPT, Google Sheets. That's what I'll name it. So you're just going to come in, you're going to grab this info. It'll be in that, in this area in the Google Classroom, but just come in, grab it. And that's not the right one. Come in here and you grab it, my GPT, and then you can just paste it. And what you'll do is come to a new sheet that you're going to create. So for the purposes of this, let's just make a new sheet. So you'll make a new spreadsheet for yourself. And you'll have to come to the extensions area. Again, this only works for Google Sheets right now. If you're interested in seeing this work for Excel, just drop that in the comments. If I have time, I will try to make this for Excel as well. You just open app scripts, the extensions, and then once this loads, all you need to do is just copy that script that we wrote. So you can leave this as code.js. You can delete all this and then just paste. And then once you paste that, you can save it. And then we are going to go back to this spreadsheet. We're going to refresh the page. And we should see in the top up here, a little menu should pop up for us called My GPT. And then you're going to set your API key. So you're going to come in here. It'll ask you to authorize this. So this will be your own script. So you will just authorize this for yourself because you'll be the one creating the script. Select all, continue. And then you can put in your API key. So you'll drop in your API key. And then once you do that, and you press OK, the script will run. Let me see if I can grab my API key in. Yeah, I can't. So you just drop your API key in, just like that, and the little script will run, but then you'll be good to go. And then what you can do is just press the equals sign, my GPT, or let me just go get my API key. I'm going to get a new API key. So if you've never gotten an API key, this can be helpful as well. So you'll just go to platform.openai.com. You have to make an OpenAI account if you don't have one. But just come in here, sign up. It'll say sign up or sign in, or if you're signed in already, just come here, type in API key, grab your API key. I'm going to make a new secret key. Again, you don't share these keys if you're new to this. Yeah, let's just call it test key for YouTube video. Select project. Just call it. Great. I'll copy that. No one will ever see it. And we can just come back to our sheet here. Use the set API key. You'll drop that key in. The script's going to run. And then once the script is done, we should have access to the API key. And so the name of the formula is MyGPT. And so if it doesn't pop up immediately, what you need to do, like you can see here, I'm typing in MyGPT and it's not coming up. You just come back to your library for app scripts, which we closed out of. So just open that up. So again, we've got it here. And you will just want to run my GPT in this environment here. So you just click run. This will just check and see if there's any errors or anything, or if any permissions need to be completed. Okay, so it was completed. So we can go back to the sheet. We'll refresh the page. You might need to do these things as you are working through it yourself. And then just type in equal sign my GPT. It's still telling me it's an unknown function. So let's see if it works though. What is the capital of YE? Okay, so it needs contexts. And we'll just say we are referring to the US. So the way that this little program is set up is you always have to give it two what's called arguments. So this is one argument before the first comma, and then the second argument is the second comma. So it's always going to expect you to reference some cell, which kind of makes sense because we wouldn't be using this in Google Sheets if we're not referencing a cell. So let's see what it comes up with. Should tell us Honolulu. Great. So it works. For whatever reason, the sheet isn't recognizing. It's probably because I'm just rushing through this. But if you name your sheet and name your project, like if you go into app scripts and you name the project, and if we refresh this a couple times, it'll probably work. It's just we're doing this all pretty quickly. So you refresh that project, it's going to work. And then what you can do is, you can take data like we were doing in this other sheet and manipulate it however you need. So that is the product and the demo on how to set it up. If you have any questions whatsoever about how to use this and how to make it work, just drop those in the comments. I'm pretty responsive on the comments. So let me know. And let me know what you think of it and how I might be able to improve it for your use case. All right, thanks guys. We will see you in the next one.